Y'all, the first day of spring was this week, and we all know what that means. Time for spring cleaning. Time to clean out our closets, clean out our houses, and clean Trader Joe's fresh out of rosé for those sunny porch afternoons. But there's one kind of cleaning that we can't forget, and that's a little bit of spring cleaning for your digital brand. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 dusty, forgotten corners of your online presence that could use a little sunshine, a little Method grapefruit spray cleaner as we say goodbye to winter. Okay, so the first place we need to look at on your website is going to be the Instagram feed if you're using one. So just a couple of weeks ago, Instagram actually reset their API keys, which broke the connections for a lot of websites that show like a live kind of continuously updating Instagram feed, maybe in the footer, on the sidebar, some other place on their website. Fortunately, it's a really easy fix. So if you're on Squarespace, all you need to do is just log into the back end of your website and then double check that your account is still connected and that the download data box is checked on that profile. If there's any issue, they'll typically give you an alert when you log in that you need to check it, but it's worth checking now just since so many different websites have encountered this issue this year. If you're on WordPress, you might be using a plugin to do this. So in that case, you will need to grab a new API key. For most plugins, they're going to give you really good instructions. So it's just like you're setting it up for the first time. As long as you're logged into Instagram in your browser, you can just follow the directions to get an API key, copy and paste that key into your settings, and you'll be good to go. Just follow the directions on your plugin. You just want to double check that everything is working, loading, and feeding properly since so many websites were affected by this in the last 2 weeks. Speaking of plugins, it's time to do a little spring cleaning on your WordPress plugins. Too many plugins can slow your WordPress website down like crazy. It's one of the biggest things we see with our brand audit clients is too many plugins causing page speed to drop. So from your WordPress dashboard, we're going to go look through each active plugin, go to your plugins list, and make sure you're still using each plugin on your website. It's really easy when you're trying to do something new to download a bunch of plugins, try them all out, and then choose one. We just need to make sure that we're not having, 3 or 4 lingering in the background. Any plugins that you're not using are actively slowing down your site. So just go ahead and hit deactivate on any that you know you're not using. Deactivated plugins typically don't have any effect on your site. So if you're not sure if you're using one or not, it's totally fair game to deactivate instead of deleting and then see if you notice a difference. If you see something that's missing from your site, you know it was that plugin, you can go turn it back on. While we're still on your website, the next thing we're going to be checking for are broken links. So your website is constantly growing, changing, expanding, and contracting with your business. So it's more than likely that some wires have been crossed along the way. I recommend just going page by page, testing each link and each button to make sure it goes exactly where you want it to go. Paying special attention to your header, your footer, your navigation bar, and your sidebar links, since those are where your clients are going to come most frequently. If you want to get fancy, you can use an online broken link checker. There's a lot of good ones out there. You can literally just Google it, and you'll just plug in your website and get a full report for every page and every blog post of all the broken links that we are seeing on your site. It's a good time while you do this to make sure that you're really directing your user through your website in the way you want them to go. So feel free to eliminate any distractions or things that you might not want your potential clients and customers to focus on right now. Finally, the fourth and last thing we're going to do on your website are going to be to check all of your opt-ins and your contact forms. Y'all, I can't even tell you how many times during a brand audit I find at least one broken opt-in or broken contact form. These are people that are begging for you to get in touch. They want to hear more from you. They're trying to get in touch from you. They're trying to buy from you. So you need to make sure these are working. Use like an old Gmail address to test every single opt-in on your site from start to finish, including signups, confirmation, downloading your lead magnet, a thank you page, and then a welcome sequence if you have one. You've got to make sure these things are in place and working properly. Same thing goes for your contact page and your contact forms. Make sure you know where those forms are heading. Send a couple of testers, make sure they're coming in properly. This is huge. The last thing that we're gonna check up on are your social profiles. So if you're anything like me, you've probably looked at your own Instagram profile 15 times today, but you may not have looked at your Facebook, Pinterest, or Twitter for months. So do a quick check of each profile by making sure that your branding is current, contact information is accurate, and links are accurate, and then there's no weird personal content showing. I'm looking at you, Pinterest crock-pot recipes. Your clients don't need to see that. Just pull it down. I see a lot of entrepreneurs with Facebook banners and Facebook kind of content, buttons, plugins, things that don't match their current offerings or direction. So go ahead and just clear those out as well. It can be a really good idea to run a quick Google search of your name and your business name. And that way you'll see what social profiles are coming up, what people might be accessing, and just make sure everything is in line with your current offerings. I hope this was helpful for y'all and that your online presence and digital brand are starting to feel a little more bikini ready for summer. To help walk you through each of these steps, I've created a quick digital spring cleaning checklist. You can grab it in the notes below. Before you go, if you haven't already, I hope you'll hit subscribe so that you can keep getting our newest videos delivered straight to you.